morning. Hope everybody's doing good this morning. So we are Walking Tall Ministries. I'm Felicia. This is Zach. God started this ministry in me about 4 years ago. I had my very first event 3 years ago, Valentine's Day weekend. And so I'm a cosmetologist and instructor of cosmetology. But God called me to give free haircuts for free. And at first, everyone thought I was crazy, but my dad told me that God would not only take that calling and make it something beautiful, He would take it into something bigger than my wildest imagination. So God brought me to 19 states to do over 2,000 street haircuts for the homeless so far. And then in October of 2017, He blessed me in a massive way and took it to bigger than my imagination, like my dad said, and gave me a 2,000 square foot building. So now, we're not only helping the homeless with free haircuts, we have a massive ministry where we do so many other things. And I'll let Zach kick in whenever he wants to, but my part is, twice a day, we're able to do a soup kitchen and feed people. And I have a beautiful salon, and I give free haircuts to anybody who can't afford one. I always tell them it's just donations only if you don't have anything, or if you just have a quarter, or whatever you have. And that is my happy place. To see someone walk in with their head down and ashamed, we're able to let them take a shower in our facility. We give them new clothes. They get a new look in the salon, and they walk out with their head held high, and they're walking tall. And that's where the name comes from. Awesome.
Awesome. I'm Zach, as we said. After 15 years of addiction and bondage, I was released and came into the ministry about a year ago. And that was after 10 years of learning the Word and praying to be used by the Lord. And I came into this ministry, and the first day I was there, I met some people from my past, and I knew they were bound by addiction and stuff like that. The Lord gave me from the first moment the opportunity to share my testimony, the way the Lord touched my life and the lies the enemy tell about addiction, because homelessness, although it's not solely due to addiction, it is a lot of addiction there. So it gave me the opportunity to share my testimony and the battles I went through, and how the Lord helped me to overcome these things through His strength, through faith in Him, and Him slowly leading me and pulling me out of these things. Paul said, I've become all things to all men so that I might save some. So I'm able to go there and see where they're hurting, how they're hurting, encourage them, and help them to see that the Lord can deliver them, show them another way out. Because in that bondage, we can't find a way out. We try within ourselves to overcome these things. And this is not just addiction, it's many things in our lives. And that's not the way we do it. We have to fully depend on the Lord in some things, and then He can deliver us. So this is my part of the ministry. He helps me. We feed them the food, kind of like Jesus did. He fed the 5,000 and He gave them the Word. You feed them the food, and you feed them their spirit, and they're able to leave with their head held high. A haircut, shower.
You're reading something good, they pay attention.
Yeah. And she's got a salon at the ministry. She does a lot of free haircuts. She also offers haircuts to others for donations if they like. And this is how we fund the ministry, completely through faith. We don't have any grants or government funding, but we've been able to run just fine with the Lord providing all our needs every day, every time. We never come up short.
We built an outdoor bathroom because in the valley where we are, which is just 15 minutes from here, if that, there's no place to use a bathroom. Every store, and every restaurant has a sign that says, no public restroom. And for our guys to already be rock bottom, then you can't even go to a restroom. I mean, it's just...
It's tough.
Yeah.
When you need to use the restroom and you don't have anywhere to go, that's a real bad situation, as many of you know. And a lot of our guys are on up in age. They're not all bound by addiction. Some of them just lost their job, lost their family, just different things you wouldn't believe. One man once said he was watching some men walk to the gallows, and he said, there but the grace of God, there go I. Yeah. And that's the truth in all of us. If it was not for His mercy and grace, who knows where we'd be. Yeah, you might have a great job and work for what you have, and sure you did, but the Lord led you on that path and helped you to overcome the things you did in your life. And we just try to convey that to our guys and help them feel like there's somebody, not just nobody. Because, you know, Matthew 25, around verse 40, Jesus is talking to man in heaven. And He says, as you've done to the least of these, so you did unto me. So I try to keep that in mind when we deal with every individual. Every individual. You know, I'm going to be held accountable for the way I treat these people. I try to love them no matter how they look, no matter the attitude. We try to love them and show them the love of Christ, because ultimately that's what got me. Jesus just kept on loving me. I kept on failing. I kept on breaking down and giving up. And Jesus was there time and time again to pull me out at the courthouse, almost ODing, and so many other times that he pulled me out. It was his overwhelming love, continual love, after my continually letting him down, that won me over. So that's what we try to do at Walking Tall.
We also have a food pantry, so low-income families and our homeless guys know that every day they can come and get food. We don't ask them their questions. We don't ask for ID. I don't care what their last name is unless they feel free to tell me, because God put them in my path for us to bless them that day, and that's what I answer for. I want them to feel like they have a safe place to go. We are a place of refuge for those who don't have anyone else. And we also do grocery deliveries. So if you ever see someone or hear someone in your family and you're super busy and you can't get to them, but you want to help this person, you can call Zach and I. We'll make deliveries to them anywhere in the CSR. We also have a clothing closet. So we do this every day. They get new clothes. We try to just give them one outfit at a time, because we know if they're sleeping on the street, it's just going to get messed up. But all the donations come from people like y'all, people like us, people who are willing to give things that they don't need anymore to an organization that's not going to sell them or profit from them in any way. God brings it in and we give it out.
We're also able to do disaster relief.
Yes.
A little earlier, or late last year, the Lord blessed us with 250,000 meals of dehydrated chicken, rice, and vegetables, which one little bag makes a big old pot that can feed 6 people. Mm-hmm. So in a disaster relief situation, or with a family that's not able to make it through the month, these are very helpful items.
Filling items.
Yes.
We also have several tent cities that we help. Places around the country that have been forgotten. People are under bridges, living in tents, and they help each other out. They're more community-based than we are, and they're willing to give each other the last of what they have, where we tend to, we're spoiled. We tend to hold on to things that we have in case something happens with us. Well, we found that people who have absolutely nothing are much more willing to share. Our guys could be sitting around, and if they only have one cigarette, they'll share that one cigarette. It's just really sweet the way they look out for each other, and it helps us to have a tender heart with them when you see such compassion with people who have nothing. What's another thing? Oh, the reason why we're here. So the first thing is, we just had a big event yesterday, and we were able to help over 50 families with food that didn't have food, and it opened our eyes, because people were saying, wow, you're right here in our neighborhood, and we didn't even know you existed. We didn't even know what you did. And so we're trying to get the word out, So when you leave here, go home and tell someone about Walking Tall, because that person, although they're successful now, may be in a time of need down the road, or may have a child that's struggling with addiction, and Zach can counsel them. Sometimes your hands are in the air and you're asking God to help, and you just don't know what to do, and we want to be that stepping stone for you if you need something. Another reason why we want to reach out is because we need help to continue to do this. It's very hard. Zach has a part-time construction stuff, and I have part-time doing hair in my salon, and that's how we fund the ministry. And little people stepping up and saying, hey, I have $5 extra this month. Well, guess what? If you got 100 people that put $5 together, it's a small sacrifice for each family, but it's a huge help for us to be able to continue to do this. It takes a lot of fuel to do grocery deliveries. It takes a lot of utilities and our building payment to keep everything afloat. And God always provides a way. But we just are thankful for an opportunity to come and tell people about what we do. And hopefully next time you have extra leftovers and you're like, I don't know what to do with this, I don't want to throw it out, you can put it in a Ziploc bag, you can put it in your freezer. And next time you think about it, call me and we'll come and pick that up. And that helps me when I run out of food. I have to cook 2 meals a day for these people, plus take care of my family. So sometimes it is a little bit of a struggle. So anytime we have any leftovers, that helps us a lot.
Amen. And also, there's a need for a shelter in our area. There's a shelter there, but it's not working for the people there
That we service.
Right. So I'm able to do all the work that we have and work needs on the building that we have, and I can also do the sprinkler system, but the materials for the sprinkler system are about $6,000. So we've kind of had a little hiccup in that. And that's something we'd like to do in the future if the Lord gives us the resources to do so.
Because we already have everything else. You know, we have the salon that helps them look better, the clothes that help them be clothed, the food that feeds them, the Bible study twice a day, and the community outreach. And that's the only thing missing. When our people leave us, without getting emotional, when they leave, even though we've helped them in a massive way, Zach and I have to watch them walk out knowing they don't have anywhere to go. And it's a huge need in our area. And to just have a small hiccup, like a sprinkler system, holding you from reaching even more people, that's what we need prayers about. And that's why we're reaching out to churches to see if we can get some community support and some help.
You know, just imagine not having anywhere to go, not having anywhere to go. I mean, just think in your house if you could only stay in one room the whole time and nowhere to go. Think about wandering around a community and you can't go to this store, you can't go to this place, you don't have any friends' houses. You don't have anywhere to go, and that's something that breaks my heart. You know, to see these guys, they leave us, and we're loving on them and feeding them and giving them the word, and then there's a point, because we have some strict mandates with the county in our area. They don't really smile upon shelters or any services for the homeless. So we're not allowed to even allow them to sit on our porch or...
That's called loitering.
Yeah, and they can end up in jail, and we can end up shut down. So we had to say, yeah, we love you, we want to help you, but you got to go. You know, and it really presents a problem for us. See, something we really want to be able to do is help to rehabilitate these people. Help them to achieve whatever it is they need to achieve to get back as a productive member of society, or somebody who can just live a normal life. And these guys, after they've been through this stuff, like she was saying earlier, when you've been there and you've had nothing and you've experienced these pains and needs, it's easy to help others because you know what they're feeling. And they're all like that. They're good people. They really are. They've just been found in bad situations. And something Felicia spoke about earlier is how you lose your job, then you lose your car, then you lose all your friends, and then you can't get anywhere. Then you lose your ID, and you can't get an ID without money. You can't get a car. You can't get a job. And it's just a vicious cycle. And it's hard to escape. The only way that I escaped this cycle was through the Lord Jesus Christ, setting up things in my life, and it slowly came back. It took some time, but it slowly, He restored everything. And that's what I try to tell them. So we want to be able to help people more than we're able to do, but we can only do that with y'all's help.
One last thing I forgot to tell you about is my favorite part of the ministry besides haircuts. We have a bicycle to work program. So when they're stuck in that cycle and they don't have a car to get to a job and no one will hire them without transportation, that's one of the first questions they ask. When they're trying to get better and need a reason to feel better and do better, they don't have transportation. So we have bicycles that normal people donate. They're sitting in your garage, they'll collect the dust, or maybe God puts it on your heart to buy a new one. And we have, we contact their employer, we make sure that they're doing things that are legit with the bicycles, and they're allowed to take bicycles from us to get back and forth to work. And then after they've done right with it for so long, they get to keep it. And it just helps them to come out of that. We don't want to just help them where they are. We want to meet them where they are and help them become better people, more productive citizens again, so that they can face their family and face employers and face society again and hold their head up high. Thank y'all so much for having us. Such a blessing to be